I'm Bill Johnson, the Chairman of the Board of Assessors. We are calling to order the regular meeting of the Board of Assessors on Tuesday, December 18th, 2012 at 6:30 p.m. We have LCAT recording the meeting, and we have our own recording device. Is anyone else recording the meeting? No. Okay, the first item on the agenda is the minutes from the November 20th, 2012 and December 10th, 2012 open and executive sessions.
Mr. Chairman, I've read both sets of minutes, both for November 20th, the open and executive session, and the December 10th meeting, which was called to order but immediately went into executive session. Found them to be in order as to content and presentation, and I move that they be accepted as presented.
Second?
Okay.
I have to second because Marty's
Yes.
out today. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next subject is we have the building permit report for the month of November.
And that is on your disc on page 7.
We're still getting generators.
We are still getting generators, and we're still getting new dwellings.
We have one this month. Yes, we have one dwelling and quite a steps and a few additions. And one re-roof of a very large commercial of a commercial building.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any comments on this that we should make? That anything we should be aware of here? Or?
Like you just said, one new dwelling. It's bringing our total to year-to-date 39 new buildings in town this year. There are 3 more permits that were just taken out in December for new dwellings, so we're going to be over the 40 mark.
Much up from the 30 of the previous year.
I think it was like 28.
28 in the
Yeah,
previous year.
yeah. And 6 new generators, bringing our total new generators to 74. And again, we are still not applying any value to these. We're just keeping a running total. We know the properties that have taken them out, and if in the future we ever find that it has any impact, at that point we'll be able to
We'll
address
study
it.
the impact of it in 2014 and maybe make it a part of the card on fiscal 2015. The next thing is we have an LA3 sales report. This is a official state report giving the sales for the month of November. It's a public record that's on file. However, it sometimes gets filed with the state more than once because it's subject to change. There are questionnaires out on some of these sales, and sometimes information comes in a little later, and you have to revise the items on this report. Is that?
Mm-hmm. The sales were very, very good this year. We were very close to assessed value, sale price versus the assessed value. We only had a few that, we need to look into, but we had quite a few sales, and they were right on target.
Mm-hmm. So the assessments are holding up at least for that 1 month.
And these are our newest assessments now that were certified and will be.
Yeah, once they're certified, they go on the LA3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next thing is a fiscal year 13 real estate tax warrant in the amount of $32,313,453.68, which we have here. You just produced the billing tape for the January 1st bill for the February 1st payment.
Correct.
And and of course, whenever you do that, we get one of these warrants.
Right. The tax bills are anticipated to be mailed most likely the 28th of December.
I spoke a time today when I saw them at the polls.
And so they should be in the mailbox right prior to January 1. And as Bill just mentioned, and they will be due on February 1st.
Yeah, the package will also contain the May 1st bills, but they don't have to be paid right away.
Right, just the February 1st payment is due.
Yes. Okay, then we have the fiscal year 2013 CPA surcharge warrant in the amount of $214,386.08. The recent tape, the recent file which had the bills also has to specify the CPA. I mean, the town has a CPA, and the total of it again is about 214,000. And that generates a separate warrant. They keep separate account of that of the CPA funds. And then that's for the real estate, and then we have the personal property taxes on the billing, and that warrant is in the amount of about $727,000. This is the betterment assessment here.
Yes, this is for water, sewer, and income and expense.
Okay, so we have a fiscal 2013 betterment and special assessments added to the annual tax warrant. Amount of that is about $59,000. Those would be special water and sewer assessments, things of that nature.
Yeah, there's only one copy. This is the notice to accountant.
And then we have the notice to accountant of all of the above.
And one is for November and one is for December.
Yeah, this is just for November and December. Okay.
This is just the November.
Just
The
for
next
November.
one is just the December.
And this is the December one.
Correct.
This is the formal notice to the accountant of what's happening with the billing.
We may want to go down to number 13 and just finish the signing.
Okay, I'm going to take the agenda out of order and go down to number 13, which is this. This is the assessor's notice for the for tangible involving the forms of list for tangible personal property. I've signed one of these every year since 1989, and we put them at the post office and at a couple of other locations. But it gives descriptions of requirements to file.
And there are 3 copies there.
Yeah, they all have to be signed.
And I can post them in 3 locations.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the fiscal year 2014 budget request. The Board of Assessors, like all other departments, has to prepare a budget and present it to appropriations for the for proper review and consideration. What is the schedule this year?
The budgets are due by January 10th, 2013. The Appropriations Committee has requested level-funded operating budgets. I do have a proposed packet put together for the assessors to review at their leisure, bring back any comments or suggestions or areas that I may not be aware that we need to address in the budget. But I can make mention that items such as like our lease for the copier, it's going to be due, we're going to have to renew the lease. I won't know what the cost will be for the renewal. So it's been suggested by our town accountant to maybe add a 5% increase because it's been a 5-year lease.
He's thinking only 1% a year?
Well, and he said if we did need to go beyond, we could always go for a reserve fund transfer if we found it to be larger. I cannot find past paperwork to see the difference between 5 years ago to present for me to really get an idea. But I certainly could put a call out and find out what the going rate is now.
Yeah, that might be a good idea because I have a feeling it's probably going to go up more than 5%.
It's possible, and I'm also going to check with the state website because they have contracts with leasing companies. So I'm not sure if the one that we're using is on the state website, but
Okay.
This was put in place prior to me coming on, so I'm just been riding with it with the 5-year contract. So we'll
Okay.
go from there. Our software support fee. Every year there is always some type of an increase. And again, I'm just throwing in a 5%. I really do not know, but I'm trying to come up with something closer so so the appropriations doesn't look and then all of a sudden we're asking for more.
Right.
I have put a call out to our software company and requested these numbers. Postage, I believe we're going to have to add a good amount because next January we will be doing our mass mailing because we'll be doing a recertification.
Right.
And we are going to need a good listing for forms of list, etc. And that would even be for people, personal property that are tax exempt based on our local option. It's still the requirement that people have to notify us what they have and we make the determination of the value and if they're tax exempt. So I need to have a good sample.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be increasing the postage for this 1 year due to that thought process. And the mileage we have had to increase. Last year after we submitted the budget, they increased the mileage.
Right.
So we already had a shortfall. And we're right now at a shortfall and we're only into December. So knowing we may have a couple ATB cases in Boston and we seem to be having a little bit more traveling for dealing with our appeals,
Right.
I am increasing that. And again, this is just the very draft starting point, so I am going to just make the assessors aware where I'm noting issues. The other thing is that if we are going to be making any software changes, we would need to be addressing that also. We have discussed possibilities of possible changes, and I did put a little information together. So this is at the board's leisure. I got one for each of you with our budget attached. This is nothing to be voted on or anything as of yet, but if the board could look at it, and then maybe at our next meeting we can discuss it.
Yes, this has to be a major topic at the next meeting. We gotta, all the departments have to file with the finance committee on this kind of thing.
So that's where I stand with that. We just received this last week, so this is the first opportunity. Well, I just received it last week because I was on vacation when they sent it out. So this is the first opportunity that the board has had an opportunity to see this information.
Yes.
Yeah, you sent it out on December 6th and you just got it,
Yeah.
just when you got back from vacation. Is there any further comment on the fiscal year 2014 budget?
No, I would look forward to reading what Diane has put together and discussing it the next time that we meet when we have a full board.
Okay, the next subject is the 2012 town report submission. We just received an email from Nick Bro saying that that the town report articles are due on Friday, February 1st, 2013.
And what I have done also for the board to review is I have copies of last year's information. And again, if the board has any suggestions of how to make this report any more usable to the public, I know that we have made changes over the past 1 or 2 years, so at the next meeting, or any board member can just contact me if there's a suggestion, let me know.
Okay. Will do.
Are there any further discussion on the town report submission?
I don't have any comment at this time.
Okay, then we have the next item is the new website. The IT department has been working on a new website. They've used a vendor to build the thing, and it's coming up on Thursday.
It is.
How does it affect this department?
Well, it is a big change for all departments that now each department will be able to upload our own information, so anything that is time sensitive I can get on our website right away. I have taken quite a bit of time since the start, the kickoff, have basically redesigned our website. We have spent a lot of time getting as much information for our taxpayers, so they'll be able to read about a certain item, click on a hyperlink, and can get forms coming up, etc. I have just recently posted our press release for our tax rate, so when the website goes up on the 20th, the press release will already be there. And last year we used a flow chart of how we determine the tax rate, and we already have that uploaded, so it's something that we can do ourselves, and we can take information down ourselves, so we don't have to rely on putting in work orders and when the IT department, has the ability to get it up and going. So I think it's going to be a little bit more, it was very difficult to learn and to pull everything together.
Sure.
But I think it should be pretty easy once we're using it on a regular basis.
Now, one of the staff members also knows how to do this as well as yourself.
Yes, Linda attended all the training, and she's basically now showing me how to do it. And we're working together, and so each department, I will be the one responsible for doing it for our office, but on the other hand, there's always another person that if in my absence we need to have something up or removed, someone else is available to do that.
Nice to have a backup.
Absolutely.
Well, the IT. This is not just for the assessors. This is for all the departments. It's a major upgrade, and IT. In the early going on this thing, they said it was going to be a major improvement over the old website.
After the meeting, if the board would like, I'm going to be happy to demonstrate our web page for the board if you want to just take a quick look. If not, the 20th.
Yeah, it'll just
It's only 2 days away.
I know.
Okay, we have here two things that are on the website. One of them is last year's, how the fiscal 2012 tax rate was determined, and another one is how the fiscal 2013 tax rate was determined. And this report emphasizes that the Appropriations Committee and the other departments of town government determine the spending, the total amount to be raised by taxation, and the assessors are responsible for the total valuation. And in this year, the fiscal 2013 total raised by taxation, which is everybody's property and personal property tax, real estate and personal property taxes, was $33.4 million. And this year it's down to $33.0 million. And so that means that total taxes for the whole town will be down from 2012 to 2013. The Board of Assessors did not claim credit for this It's if the town meeting and if the appropriations committee, selectmen, and the town meeting don't spend it, then we don't tax it. If they had come up with a 35 million spending total, which the levy limit would have allowed, they would have ended up with significantly higher property taxes. But the values are down. The total taxes are down for this 1 year. First time it's happened since I started in '89. Okay, is there any new business or old business?
The only thing I'm going to mention, although it's not new business, but for the taxpayers to be aware that the town offices are closed the 24th and the 25th of December for Christmas, and December 31st and January 1st for New Year's. So please be aware of that.
Okay, at this point I would move to go into executive session to discuss exemption applications and ATB cases.
I'll second that motion.
And we will not be coming back into open session. This requires a roll call vote. Mrs. Saulnier?
Yes.
Bill Johnston? Yes.